कर. Hello student, let us start with the next numerical. Sri Venkatesh Goodwill's Academy. So we are going to study Science 1, chapter number 1, Gravitation Numericals. So in previous lecture we are completed the numericals. Let us consider the next numericals. So these numericals are solved numericals from your book. Go through that numerical. Here sequence is different, somewhat different, but we are having same numerical from your textbook. Now see that fourth numerical. That fourth numerical, in the above example, assume that the bench on which Mahendra is sitting is frictionless. It means that previous example is there. There if friction is in between that object and then that bench, or the Mahendra on that bench, that is considered. Here we are considering that is frictionless, starting with zero velocity. Again velocity is zero. What will be the Mahendra's velocity of motion towards Virat after 1 second? So similar example we are completed previously. Now same we are considering in another form. Will this velocity change with time and how? So question is that velocity will change with respect to time and how? We have to explain that one. Here see that. What is given? The force on Mahendra F is equal to 4.002 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton. And mass of Mahendra is 75 kg according to Newton's second law. The acceleration produced by force on Mahendra M is equal to 75 kg. Therefore, you are aware with that again. A is equal to F divided by M is equal to 4.002 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by 75. That is force and this is mass. After calculation, you will get that equal to 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter per second square. Using Newton's first equation, we can calculate Mahendra's velocity after 1 second, as like your previous example. The equation of motion is V is equal to U plus AT. Here V is equal to final velocity, U is equal to initial velocity, A is the acceleration, T is the time. As Mahendra is sitting on the bench, his initial velocity is again 0. That's why U is equal to 0. Assuming the bench to be frictionless, V is equal to, here value of U is 0 plus 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9, that is A, acceleration that is calculated, again 1 meter per second, that is 1 after 1 second. T, time is T, and unit of velocity is meter per second. That is equal to 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter per second. If you are calculating that one, so you will get that Mahendra's velocity after 1 second will be 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter per second. Now this is an extremely small velocity. Again that velocity is very small. The velocity will increase with time because of acceleration. Because there is acceleration, it means that that will increase. The acceleration will also not remains constant because a Mahendra moves towards the Virat. The distance between them will decreases. Distance between them will be also decreases because that object is moving towards the Virat, or Mahendra is moving towards the Virat, causing an increase in gravitational force, thereby increase in the acceleration per Newton's second law of motion. So that's why acceleration will increases. Okay, clear that things. Now we are considering again SVGA classes. Shikha Samradhva, riddle spokes louder than the words. If you are following this one, you will get number 1 in your study. Let us see that next example. If a person weighs 750 Newton on Earth, how much would be the weight on the moon given the moon mass is 1 divided by 81 of the Earth and radius is 1 divided by 3.7 of that of the Earth. So see that which things are given. Here what is given? Weight of Earth is given. Weight on Earth is given. Now ratio of mass of Earth ME to ratio of moon ME divided by M1 is equal to 81. Here it is given. Then ratio of radius of Earth to moon RE divided by RM 3.7, that is also given. So we know that mass of the person is m kg. It is assumed. Weight on the Earth is equal to m into g. That is mass into gravitational acceleration. That is equal to 750. And we are aware with the formula m into g is equal to m g me divided by r square. Therefore m is equal to, or small m is equal to, here you are having small m, so that small m is equal to, that is 750 re square. So we are cross multiplying this one, re square into 750, then m g divided by g into me. Then if you are considering this, weight on the moon is equal to m g mm or m suffix m r suffix m square. This is the equation. So we are considering this one or equating this equation. So you will get that 750 re square gme into gmm rm square is equal to 750 re square r divided by rm square into mm square divided by me is equal to this 750 as it is. Here you are having re divided by rm square, you are consider radius of Earth divided by radius of moon, that is 3.7 bracket square, and then mass of moon divided by mass of Earth is equal to 1 divided by 81. So after calculating you will get this one, that weight is equal to 126.8 Newton. The weight on the moon is nearly 1/6 of weight of the Earth. So we are having gravitational acceleration on the Earth 1/6 of the, or 6 times more than that moon. Otherwise on moon that is 1/6 of the Earth. We can write the weight on moon, that is 1/6 of the g of the Earth. Okay, clear that concept. Now consider next numerical. So next numerical is that an iron ball of mass 3 kg is released from height of 125 meters. Suppose you are considering 3 kg mass of that ball and you are throwing or you are releasing, dropping from 125 meter and falls freely to the ground, assuming that the value of g is 10 meter per second square. Calculate the time taken by a ball to reach the ground. That is first question. Velocity of the ball on reaching the ground, that is second. Then third one is that the height of ball at half the time it takes to reach the ground. So we have to calculate that three things. M is equal to 3 kg, distance traveled by the ball is equal to 125 meter, initial velocity of ball is u is equal to 0 because we are releasing from 125 meter height. Acceleration a is equal to g is equal to 10 meter per second square. Newton's second equation of motion gives that S is equal to ut plus 1 half at square. Now applying that one, S is equal to 125, u is equal to 0, t as it is, plus 1 half 10 into t square, you will get that 5t square. Now equating 5t square with 125, 125 divided by 5 is equal to t square. Now t is equal to 5 seconds. So like that you will get that 5 seconds is the time required. Now the ball takes 5 seconds to reach the ground. That is the answer of that first question. Second question is that according to Newton's first equation of motion, final velocity v is equal to u plus at. U is again 0, a is equal to 10, t is equal to 5 seconds. So you will get that 50 meter per second, that is the velocity. The velocity of ball on reaching the ground is 50 meter per second. Now third question, half time means t is equal to 5 divided by 2. Total time is 5 divided by 2. Half time 2.5 seconds. Ball height at this time. So you will get that, yes, according to Newton's second equation, S is equal to ut plus 1 half at square. Similar equation we are using here, but that distance will change. S is equal to 0 plus 1 half 10 into 2.5 square is equal to 31.25 meter. Means at 2.5 second, so that will travel, or it is at altitude 31.25 meter. Thus the height of ball at the half time 125 minus 31.25, 93.75 meter. So if you are considering from top or from the ground. Now we are having problem number 7. A tennis ball is thrown up and reaches a height 4.05 meter. That height is given. Before coming down, what was the initial velocity? How much total time will it takes to come down? Assume g is equal to 10. Again g is equal to 10 meter per second square is given. For given data you are considering, so whenever we are throwing the ball upward, so its final velocity, so at 4.0 meter, that is 0. Distance travel is equal to 4.05 meter. Then acceleration a is equal to minus g, because it is working against the gravitational force. Minus g is equal to minus 10 meter per second square, using Newton's third law of equation. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Therefore v square 0 square u square plus 2 u square is equal to 81. Now take the square root of that one. So u is equal to 9 meter per second. The initial velocity of ball is 9 meter per second. Now let us consider the downward motion of the ball. Suppose the ball takes t second to come down. Now the initial velocity of ball is 0, u is equal to 0. Distance traveled by the ball on reaching the ground is equal to 4.05 meter, as velocity and acceleration are in the same direction. Therefore a is equal to g is equal to 10 meter per second, according to Newton's second law of equation or motion. S is equal to ut plus 1 half at square. Substitute that all this value. Here S is equal to 4.05, u is equal to 0, that's why this term becomes 0, plus 1 half 10 t square. Now we are calculating time t, 4.05 divided by 5, 0.81, that is equal to t square. T is equal to 0.9 second. So time taken 0.9 second. The ball will take 0.9 second to reach the ground. It will take the same time to go up. Thus the total time takes to 2 into 0.9, that is nothing but 1.8 second. Okay, SVGA classes, Sika Samradha, result speak louder than the word. Thank you. This is all about your first topic, gravitation. Now we are going to conduct test. So I will give the details of that test. Thank you very much.